Welcome along to Behind the Bar podcast, brought to you by myself, Ross Thompson, and co-host Daniel Breen. Let's go.
So I'm going to be asking the questions again, and today's episode, it's going to be on resistance training barriers, confidence, knowledge, or motivation. What stops people lifting weights, and why do so few people still actually engage in this sort of training? So I've got a stat for you. I'm going to start with this before you answer. So an academic review published in 2022 found that only 1 in 17 UK adults perform enough strength training to meet strict guidelines. And the guideline is simply lifting weights twice a week. You'll often see higher statistics published because the NHS count doing an hour's gardening, doing half an hour's yoga as doing resistance training. But truthfully, I don't think either of us would agree that that was enough to get the benefits. And like I said, this study found that only 1 in 17 UK adults actually meet the stricter guidelines. What are your initial thoughts on that?
Do you know the percentage of people who have a gym membership?
No.
Because I'm sure, I think I only heard it yesterday, you can do a quick search if you want, but I think that might only be 17% in itself. So if that is the case, then obviously there's only 17% of people, 1 in 17
1 in 17 people.
And then it's like, but those 1 in 17 might only have the gym membership type thing. So it's like, that's very...
I mean, one statistic I do have is Pure Gym did a report in 23 and 24 that showed that only 27% of people who do go to the gym, that's people who do have gym memberships, exercise more than 4 times a week, 4 times a week or more.
So we say that one again to the start.
So only 27% of UK exercisers, so this is people who do go to the gym, go to the gym 4 times a week or more.
So it could be 27% of the 17% of the nation only do that amount.
Yeah.
And then it's 1 in 17 who are doing an adequate amount of what they class as strength training. When you said the gardening, it was like, I feel as if, what is gardening? Because gardening could just be potting plants.
Well, I think with this type of thing, when like the NHS posts stuff, it's more aimed at like elderly people and stuff like that. And it's trying to encourage them to maintain some level of activity, which is great. They should do, definitely. And because of that, obviously the guidelines are a little bit lower.
Yeah, because I think it was a big push many years ago about doing like a half hour a day. That's all you had to do, and that could be walk, gardening, which is great actually. To be fair, like because it's quite a low barrier to entry to get people in. Now, for the people who, would you say twice a week, 1 in 17, or? So
yeah, the barrier would be lifting weights twice a week.
I mean, it's very low. I think we said a little bit about last week about the quality of life, and even those people who are just doing say 2 a week, it's like, are they hitting it hard enough?
Yeah, like are they following a program? Do they know what they're doing?
Do you know what I mean? And then do they know what they're doing? I think the education from especially trainers, coaches, influencers, whatever you want to call them, they're really pushing it hard, and it's really good. But when is that time going to come to, say, the government stepping in and saying this is now what all the science is telling us?
Yeah.
Of like, look at, we need to hit this a lot more than what we're doing because of the sedentary lives we live. And now with the evolution of obviously weight loss jabs, which weight loss jabs are getting dished out more than what resistance training is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But the level of like, obviously the muscle mass getting lost, the quality of life going up and down, and when is that time going to happen? And my thoughts on it all, it always circles back. It's like, I wish everybody could do resistance training a few times a week.
Yeah.
And same again, like I'll probably say this at least once a week on the podcast, this isn't me trying to sell the weight training. It is just my views and thoughts of like resistance training should be for everybody.
And the thing is, it's like, this isn't about necessarily joining a gym like ours and doing a program like ours. As humans, we need to be doing, there's about 7 movements,
Yeah.
fundamental movements. You've got your squat, your hinge, vertical push, vertical pull, horizontal push, carries, that type of things. You could get a 10 kilogram dumbbell and twice a week just do those 7 movement patterns against some level of resistance. And even that alone would help. That would make a difference. This is the level we're talking about. We're not expecting people to come in and train like bodybuilders, like just actually challenging your body against some level of resistance. The bar doesn't have to be high. It's just trying to preserve some level of muscle mass to help your quality of life. And people aren't doing fucking anything.
But they don't know. Is it? I feel as though now, like especially now, like the big boom on strength training. And we do live in a bubble, so we always think that it's getting better. But I really honestly do, and we work with a marketing agency. And even though, like us ourselves, we've stopped our cardio style sessions, the marketing agency who we know, they're pushing like, you've got to start advertising strength camp now. So it's obviously what they call their model of it all, like strength camp, because they're saying like the trends in the market, it's just everybody knows about strength training, but all of these people now are like, they're still running the cardio style stuff. What we had in the past, they're wrapping it up as something else to sell it, which is wrong, but even them, which has been one of their lower, it's like, so you had all these marketing campaigns. We've done them. All of the fucking drone shots and the bloody getting Alex and Ben to roll around the beach and stuff like that for that style of thing. And they're like, and that was all about their marketing. And that was just in the background, what only a handful of people use. And it's just literally went like that. Because of where that is. I don't know where I was going with that, or where I rolled off to.
I think it was obviously about the fact that it is becoming more prominent.
Yeah.
I mean, those figures were from 2022. I couldn't find any more recent figures. But I think the boom has probably started post-COVID.
Right.
So I still think 2022 is probably quite relevant. 3 years ago, probably still quite relevant. So I'd be interested to know what those statistics would have been 5 years earlier. And how much does that 117, how much of an increase does that represent? I mean, I think that's probably, back, like if we go further back, it would have been less. Mm-hmm. And the further back you go, it would be less and less and less. So I do think it's on the rise, but it's still astronomically low when you consider how prominent it feels. And like, I know where we are privy to, we see a lot of training. So to us, that's our world. So it seems like everyone's doing it. But
if you actually went back to the 1970s though, right? So when Arnold was big, the Mr. Olympians, right? The gym was just weights.
Yeah, true.
And then it started to get into the aerobics.
Yeah.
For the barrier to entry for women to get into. And then it got into the treadmills and stuff like that. And then it got into the classes. And now it's went all full circle. So this is what, 50 years ago? Yeah. So 50 years ago, we've went full circle because in the 70s, there wouldn't have been many people who have gym memberships, but the percentage of the people who did have gym memberships then, it'll have been majority weightlifting. Higher than what it is now, percentage-wise.
The thing to remember is though, like throughout history, it would only get higher as well because like what is weightlifting? At its root core, it's just picking up something heavy. It's just picking up something heavier that's a little bit heavier than what you're used to carrying. So it builds muscle. Go all the way back to ancient Greece with Milo and his cow. It's like the thing gets slightly bigger, so you get a little bit stronger. And throughout history, humans have always had to lift and move heavy things, and that's why they've had muscle. All we're trying to do is continue lifting and moving heavy things to preserve some level of muscle mass so we can continue being functional human beings, so we don't just wither away to a skeleton with fat on it.
This is why I always come back to grafters. So like hoodies, brickies, whatever else, right? If they ate the correct diet,
of course.
Like if they had a high protein diet instead of just fucking the full English and of Greggs and whatever else.
5 energy drinks followed by 5 pints.
5 energy drinks and then whatever, like a hearty meal on that. Like if they actually ate like what you can class as a bodybuilding diet, like which is just a normal diet.
A high protein, calorie controlled diet.
Yeah, a high protein, calorie controlled diet, right? They'd be ripped and jacked.
Well, they're essentially just in training camp every day.
Exactly. And that's, I think, one of the things, like whenever I've had, do you know when we got work done on my house, like with you,
aye.
and like I was doing the graph, and then I enjoyed it, right, because it was only a few days for me, but it was like, right, this is extra training, and I switched my mindset to this is training, I'm eating right, and I felt sore, and it was like, oh, I feel good, and like that is resistance training.
And that's all we're trying to replicate, because people have always worked with the bodies, and all the resistance training is doing is just keeping you moving in those ways against resistance, so you have a good amount of muscle. I mean, I think one thing that always sticks with me now, something Sarah said on the Slim and Jabs podcast about how muscle needs to be viewed as an essential organ. And it needs to be valued within the same way that the heart is, that the lung is, because it is. Like, without it, we can't achieve optimal health. You're not going to feel good, you're not going to move well, you're not going to be, it's like that whole, like, be harder to kill. It just makes you a more resilient person. Like, I was under Natasha last night, obviously she's just come back from having the baby, having the C-section. Yeah. It's only 12 weeks, but she's frustrated because the weights are like, she's
back in?
Oh, aye.
Oh,
she's doing like light weights. I'm like, aye, but the weights that are light to you are still heavier than what 90% of people are lifting. And it's like, because you obviously trained so much beforehand, your body's so fucking resilient because of the muscle you have. And this is what we're trying to do. We're just trying to create more resilient, robust bodies so they can handle life better and have a better quality of life. Yeah.
So going back to the 1 in 17, isn't it? The 1 in 17, the thing, it's like, I think, I mean, we're trying to achieve it now with like, our message is always like, I mean, ours is always 4 days a week. Yeah. 3 is going to suffice.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what I mean? 3 is going to suffice. We put that 4th day in there because if you want to make changes, like bigger, better changes, and it obviously gives people a little bit more flexibility as well. But like, if you can get in those 3 to 4 sessions per week, that like, because this is because most people are sedentary.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Most people are sedentary, so it's like for those people, you need that. What we used to have, doing whatever it was, herding sheep. Do you know?
Yeah. Just physical stuff.
Physical stuff. Like, I mean, we have washing machines where we had women before. Like, they were like doing hand washing.
Oh, of course.
Like women back then when it's like off a cartoon, isn't it, with a handball.
It makes laughing now because like people like feminism. People talk about it's like as if it's a new invention. Mm-hmm. It's like you've never met me fucking mother or my grandmother. like there's a picture like I think it's my grandmother stood like by your garden gate with a fucking goat or a pig under her arm, and a fucking penny like that. Do you know what I mean? You just think these were as strong as blokes back in the day because they were having to do stuff.
Yes,
like they had to do stuff.
They had to do stuff. Like, so the men was at work, and this is why like we only ever needed one income for a house, because obviously the man had to do that, but the woman had to do everything within the household. Yeah. But it was graft.
Oh, of course.
It was hand washing everything. They didn't have a shark hoover what sucked everything up. They had a sweeping brush.
It wasn't just like this isn't just a male problem. It's like everyone seems to think that like women starting to be physically active and do stuff's a new thing. It's like they used to have to do it. Yeah. They only stopped. There's probably only really a period from maybe like the World War II ending to whenever it started becoming big again that it went the opposite way. And it was like that whole like style zero, do your cardio, Jane Fonda, get as skinny as you possibly can. You don't want any muscle on your body. But before then, they were doing functional shit in the same way that men were.
If you just even think of like, so making meals, right? So they had to make each meal from scratch, and that was 3 times a day. They had bigger families then, do you know what I mean?
Of course.
And if you think you have to make that breakfast, but you had to hand wash all of your dishes, because we've got dishwashers now, so you had to do all that, and that was every single fucking day, and you had to go to the shop, carry a sack of tatties home with you.
There's no cars.
Yeah, there was no cars.
I mean, it's like, none of this is new. Yeah. All you're trying to do is like, keep the body physical, and somewhere along the line, it's just we've lost the plot with it, and we haven't realised what's happening. And obviously, we always go back to Wall-E, the film where it's like the people are just in like motorised things, can't do anything. It's like that's where we're heading. Literally, like completely useless humans who can't function because they don't have any muscle. We can't move our bodies without muscle.
So basically, many years ago, back before me and Dan's time, resistance training was just life. And now what we've got to do is replicate that within a gym setting. Gyms are an artificial thing of what we had before, and this isn't, yes, the physique and the better looks is when you push yourself that little bit more in the gym, but if you're doing the very basics and you're doing it often, all we're doing is replicating basically what a human being should be doing.
And obviously at the start I said, what is it? Is it confidence? Is it knowledge? Is it motivation? And this is the knowledge. What we've talked about for the last 10 seconds, this is us trying to give people the knowledge to recognise what they're missing out on. And say, if you aren't already lifting weights, these are the reasons why you should be. The next question is, what role do you think confidence plays in terms of, like, if someone gets a gym membership, do you think there's a huge barrier between, like, the safe zone of just going on the treadmill? Like, what role does confidence of actually getting people into the weight room play?
If you can get people into the weight room, like, and I'm going to use women here because, like, it's some of our biggest successes. Like, if you can get women to weightlift and, like, get past, because the comfort zone is the treadmill.
Yeah, because you can't go wrong.
You press a button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a lot of confidence to, like, go into the weight room, because it always used to be like that was the men's zone and that was the women's zone. It's not now. It's good. It's a nice, lovely mix. But the confidence, like, as soon as you can show, like, a female how to deadlift, squat, bench press, and they can see what they can lift, like, that confidence just skyrockets to, like, and we see, like, 15, 20 years ago or whatever, right? Like, I'm going to say Instagram wasn't about then, but it's like, a woman wouldn't be showing you a picture of them deadlifting, right?
Oh no.
But now, even if it's about 50 kilos, they would love to share that.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what I mean? They want to share it.
They want to show off the muscle.
Yeah.
They want to, like, look what they've built. Like, do you know what I mean? It's empowering, because, like, there's no reason why they can't. No, half our lasses are stronger than the lads. Genuinely, like, they really are. Like, we've got some really strong lasses, and there's no reason why there shouldn't be. Absolutely no reason. If they train, like, of course there will be. We've all got the same bodies. Obviously, our hormones and stuff are different, but we've all got muscle that's capable of growing. Mm-hmm. And it's meant that they actually are embracing it. But I just think for so many people, it's like, where do you start? Because, like, as young lads, we've all done the daft thing with our mates. Yeah. Go to a gym and, like, not having a clue, you turn up and you're throwing shit around. But you don't care, you give it a go. Yeah. And you just do it anyway. So it's not massively alien. Girls don't have that. And it's like, unless they get a coach, most of them are never, ever going to build the confidence to go into a gym and to go in and to lift weights. Do you know what I mean? They're just not going to do it, because it's such a... If you don't know how to do it, it's such an intimidating thing to do.
So where did they get into it? I mean, it's getting through the door, isn't it? It's just getting through the door, and, like, even if they did do that, even if they did, like, do what young lads do.
Oh yeah.
Like, and just give it a go. But it's apt. But I suppose on the flip side, because of the way the world is now, are young lads scared to go into the gym?
Potentially. Yeah, they probably don't have that same, like, they probably just, like, we just didn't care.
Because we went in naive.
He's just not bothered, just it's something to do, isn't it?
But now they're going in probably self-conscious.
Yeah, thinking I should be.
Yeah, so I think it's probably the same for younger men and women.
I think social media has been beneficial for women massively, in a sense of, like, they can now see other young lasses going to the gym, they're showing them how to lift properly, and they're taking it on board, they're going and they're doing it themselves. And, like, even though there's still a very small amount doing it, it's happened massively. I think it's had the opposite effect on lads, because you'll be the same to me. Like, I don't know, we'll come in and we might bench 100 kilogram for 5 and think, all right, then, pretty strong, mate. You walk out and you pick up your phone and there's this 15-year-old doing 20 reps on it. Yeah. And it's like the standard you see of, like, men on instant things, like, so obscenely, like, skewed, of, like, how fucking... You'd think everyone was a world-class athlete if you just went on social media. Whereas I think it's had benefits for the masses. in the sense of it, they're more likely to go in the weight room because of it. I think men are probably less likely to.
I mean, we don't necessarily, we don't know because we don't really go in commercial gyms, do we?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the statistics of men and women. So we've got 4.1% of women lift weights, 7.3% of men.
Oh, wow.
But again, that I'm going to guess that's closing.
Yeah, so that was the 2022, was it? Or was that actually...
I don't actually have a date on that one.
The date one, okay.
I have the references at the bottom. No, I did have the references, but I don't know where I put them.
Yeah, I think that's, like, as much as I am in a bubble, but I think, like, yeah, definitely the statistic is closing. It could come to the point where I'd love it if it overtook. I really would, because one of like some of our proudest achievements. I always say we've got the best female bench press in the northeast. Because we fucking do, okay? We do, we always have. But I'd love to say that, and I think what the confidence-wise is something because it seems intimidating to get into that gym setting. But the gyms are the nicest people in the world. If a female went into the gym for the first time and there was some big blokes kicking about, and she just turned around to them and said, "Look, this is my first day. Could you just give us a few little things to do? Do this.
What you've got to remember is like it could be the biggest, scariest man on the planet, but he's probably got a daughter at home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like some little young lassie like coming over and asking to help. He's not like. It's like they think there's some grand conspiracy, like everyone's a fucking predator.
Yeah.
Like they're just thinking like, oh, like I'll help you out because I want to help you out. There's no malice or nastiness into it. And I don't think the influencers help with that one because have you seen how many of them like fake the videos?
Which ones?
So like, you know, when they're like, this man was staring at me doing me.
Is this where Joey Swole like
that type of person over in Paul Dwyer, the strong man? Like he did one the other day and some lass did a video of like, this lad was like staring at me doing my RDLs in that patio. I watch it because she's blurred his face. He's not even looking at you. You filmed a guy walking past who's not even looking at you to make a video pretending he's perving on you, and he's not even fucking looking at you. And it's like this creates like almost a vision in the head that like men are just wandering around gyms trying to like creep on lasses, which I really don't think happens that much.
It doesn't, and men are dopey dogs, right?
Of course.
And yes, if there's a woman in a low cut and tight shorts, we can like this.
Yeah.
But that's a human nature thing. It's not like we're trying to.
But also, if a lass is sitting there and fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson walks past with his fucking biceps out, she's probably going to give him a second look as well.
Sort of.
You know what I mean? Like, we probably look twice.
We would.
But it is. It's like, yeah, it's a nicer atmosphere. Like, for someone who's never been to a gym before. It's not how you think it's going to be.
No.
I promise you. And it's getting better and better and better because, like I say, there's more lasses than ever. I mean, I'd be interested to know what that stat was 10 years ago because it would have been a lot more men and a lot less women.
Oh, yeah. But with those people who do those videos, so basically those people do those videos for reaction, for likes, for shares. But what I hate, what's been the worst for that is like, obviously now they think everybody looks at them. But because younger influencers or fitness people, whatever, they feel the need to copy off those people about people perving on them in the gym because if they're getting 1,000 shares, it's like, oh, well, if I pretend that, and then that's bringing that negative impact on everything these girls have built up to try and lift. So they try to empower women into getting into weightlifting, but now they're doing the opposite effect of thinking that the gym's like that.
They're creating a narrative that's going to put people off going to the gym rather than going.
And the whole point is, from these fitness people's perspective, is to try and help people get into the gym.
Like, they have so much power to do so much good, and a lot of them do. Like, there's some fucking phenomenal, like, female social media presences with lifting, and the work that they've done to get lasses lifting has been amazing. Don't let a few bad eggs undo it by making this fake perception that a gym's just full of loads of egotistical blokes who are going to be looking you up and down and thinking you don't have a right to be there, because it's the most supportive environment you'll ever go into.
Yeah, and with what we do, our sessions are mixed groups, and you know what? It used to be same-sex groups many years ago.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it did, and it wasn't like, and we just thought weights-wise and everything else, and then we started to mix the groups, and then what I've found over the years is like, it's better crack. It, and the men support the women, and the women take the piss out the men.
You know, like you know, it is. What I was thinking on Saturday, obviously, Chris was competing with the lads. And I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if this is the start, like how long it'll be until it just ends up being the lasses the lasses of it such like, I feel like lads in general are going that way and lasses are going that way. At what point will it just end up being fucking mixed? Because the lasses are going to get that strong.
Yeah.
And the lads possibly aren't. Which way is it going to go? And it did, so it was just a little weird little thought in my head. Like, I wonder if it ever gets to the point where it's just like...
So would you say... so who takes it more serious, men or women? Because we are in a bubble. And we do coach probably 60% women now.
I think women take everything a little bit seriouser, in the sense of like, they're very... don't have the ego. So they're a lot more susceptible to like take help on board and listen. I think that's why so many women are more likely to get a coach than men. Men always just think, I can do it myself, and they can't.
Yeah.
Whereas lasses will go and get a coach who will show them how to do it properly, and they'll listen to that coach because they don't have the same ego, and they'll take it on board. And when you give them advice, they'll take it on board, and they'll go home and they'll watch videos, and they'll actually try to like become better at it. Mm-hmm. And I think blokes just, it's so hard to break the ego down.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. And I think like, the ones who actually who you get through the door, it's fine because they've actually already took half the step in terms of they've accepted getting coached. It's the ones you'll never get. They'll still just turn up at the gym a few times a week, throw the weights around, doing nothing because they don't know what they're doing, even though they're convinced they do, and they'll never progress. And this is why women in general are catching men up in terms of training, because they're actually open to being taught and to learning new things and to learning how to do things properly. And a bloke will come in and they'll deadlift. And the next week they'll deadlift heavier and the form will get worse. And the week after they'll deadlift heavier and the form will get even worse. And it'll just keep getting worse until they get injured because they'll just keep trying to do heavier weight. A lass will do it and video themselves. And they'll look at the form and they'll make sure they're doing it right. And if there's any critiques they can make, they'll do it. And like, they'll be a lot more analytical. And I do just genuinely think they're a little bit brighter. like it just, in general, I think women are just a bit brighter than men. Like you said, we are big dopey dogs. And yeah, I think because of that, they accelerate at a far quicker rate because they're not getting stupid injuries. They're actually training proper quicker. Proper? That was terrible.
Proper quicker. proper quicker, like... But I think the confidence thing with them as well, I think this comes back to a numbering system. So women, for most of their lives, have been focused on one number and one number only, and that's the scales.
Yes.
And then when they come into weightlifting, the numbers go up on the weight and up on the weight. And it gives them that mindset switch to see more than just that number on the scales. Because that's all, like many years ago, that's what determined you. But now it's like, my wife is a different breed, but it's like, how much do you bench? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to have that,
for most, again, I hate talking as if I'm a woman. I mean, obviously, when I wrote these questions down, we expected Sarah to be here to have the female input. But I think for most women, they don't have much of a positive in training. Mm-hmm. It's always the negative of like diet and exercise. It's always associated with the negative connotation of lose weight. And to have a positive goal of gain strength is so refreshing. Because it just makes it fun rather than negative all the time of like, I haven't lost weight, but there's no positivity coming from it. It's just, you're taking food away from yourself, you're taking away the things you enjoy to create a negative outcome. And although losing weight can be a positive outcome, essentially it's a negative.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas to then see something getting better and go and think, I'm going to the gym, I'm lifting more weight and I'm getting stronger, my numbers are going up and I'm building more muscle. It's like for the first time ever, a lot of those people now have a positive relationship with diet and exercise that's never been there before. And that's a huge fucking win. Just from a mentality point of view, it makes it enjoyable, it makes it fun, it makes it something you want to do rather than just like, all I'm doing is depriving myself of food so I can lose weight and get a lower number on the scales.
We take when we do our summer socials or Christmas socials, I tell you what, the amount of girls who are going,
It's fucking mint.
Feel that.
And they were on about like last is when we were on about like the poses, trying to plan the poses for the next photo shoot. Like, where I built all this muscle, I want to show it off. And it's like mint, because like we've said ourselves, like sometimes we get it wrong about what we think that women want in terms of the pictures.
We get it wrong a lot.
Like, and it's just because we don't necessarily know. We're trying to keep everyone happy. But they want to show off the fucking muscle that they've built, mint. And this is how it should be. Like I said, like, it goes back to that muscle needs to be viewed as an essential organ. Show the fucker off, because those biceps, it's not about them looking good. This isn't about how people look. This is about your quality of life and how your quality of life can be improved by having those muscles. And like, who wants to be frail?
Nobody. And yeah, I mean, like, still on that thing, it's when we see a female like 100 kilo hex deadlift and you explain that's 100 kilos, I always reverted back to stone for people, and it'd be like, that was 16 stone you just lift up, and I was like, fuck.
Well, how many times do you get like lasses, I've never had a bloke say this, like they'll come over and they'll be like, you know what it is, like when I started I was sick to death of having asked me partner to do shit for us around the house, or like Lisa, for example, dog groomer. She's like, I just wanted to be able to pick the dogs up easier. Like, do you know what I mean? But it transitions so well into your life, because it's like, most of the time men can get by. There's nothing that's going to challenge them daily that they can't do physically. Like, how often, if you don't lift weights, how often as a man do you come across something that you can't move in your day-to-day life? Yeah. For women, that's a much more regular occurrence. And it's like, to be able to just move stuff and lift stuff yourself without having to ask for fucking help off someone else is a massive win. Yeah.
I mean, Sunland Lou.
Yes.
Yeah, like obviously her strength's just gone up tenfold. She does every bit of DIY.
Oh, of course.
She is so self-sufficient, and it's all helped.
It gives you independence.
Yeah, independence.
And like, why wouldn't you want that? So, what we wish we knew when we started training.
What we wish we knew when we started training.
And how could that help somebody who hasn't yet started?
Oh, what we wish we knew. Hiring a coach. It wasn't a big thing then.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm 10 years old. So it's like I'm 10 years old. So yes, there was personal trainers there, but it was like, for me, like at that age, it was out of reach for money wise. Yeah. Or it wasn't, it was just not a priority.
Well, yeah.
And it was me ego and all the rest of it. Like coaches, even if it's an online coach, like obviously our coach, who's been coached with us, Jay in Durham, like he started online and he's helping younger people, and all those younger people are going to have that heads up now of what to do in a gym. And I wish somebody would have given us a slap and like done that, even though I was learning from people in the gym and educating myself and all the rest of it. But imagine if I'd hired a coach then, like I would have been a personal trainer a lot faster. I would have been a coach a lot faster. I would have been able to help. I would have been in the industry more years. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything for the world of it, but it's like, I think that's one thing personally for me, like I wish I sort of knew and invested in, and now it's such an abundance of, you could go on Instagram and hire a coach in 10 minutes. Yeah. And I'd always say hire a coach, even though AI is a big thing now, like fucking don't bother. Like you want somebody to critique you want somebody to be holding you accountable, you want somebody to be telling you what to fucking eat, what to train, what day, building structure into your life. And I think that's one of the things. What was the question? It was like,
what do you wish you knew?
Wish I knew, yeah. So it is, what did I wish I knew? And I think that's it. Like, I just wish I knew somebody who probably's approached us. Do you know what I mean? Somebody approached, like if someone's, look at, like I can see what you're doing in the gym here, and here. Yeah, like, okay, a personal trainer might be out of your price range or whatever else. But look, I can write you some plans up. I'm going to check in with you once fucking a week, like just on the gym floor, not cost you much or whatever else, like something like that.
Yeah, I think it's just the amount of time you could save. You can save like 10 years of just like by learning just to do it properly at the start.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, like however strong you are, however good shape you are, it is literally just how long you've been training. Mm-hmm. You can't cheat the process. The longer you train, the better shape you'll be in. And if you can give yourself a 10-year head start on that, then that's massive. Just because of getting a coach. So yeah, this isn't just because we're coaches. Get yourself a coach. Yeah. Because you think you know how to train and you don't. You just don't.
Yeah, it gives you, for what you can probably learn in 3 years, like you're going to learn that in 90 days from a coach. Like if you're with a coach for 3 months, and what I wish I knew then more, nutrition's boring, I suppose, like that's like a thing I wish I knew more, like, and I always keep saying to people, stop fucking finding meal ideas, stop doing this, because if you want to be in shape, you just got to strip it. It's so basic.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
so basic, and yet people overcomplicate it. I mean, then you probably just, people overcomplicate it to make it look shiny and new. And that's been a very recurring thing for many, many years. And what we said earlier about like weightlifting is gone 50-year full circle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is just basic.
Yeah, I think for me, I would just say it's a marathon, not a sprint. I wish I'd just realised that like you're not doing anything wrong. You don't need to do anything better. You don't need to train harder. It's just going to take longer. It just takes a long time. Yeah. Rather than always being rushed. Like I think like stupid injuries and that I got because like I was trying to push so hard so young, and me tendons, me ligaments, all those things just they don't have a chance to develop. It's like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't think that you're going to join the gym and in 6 months to a year you're going to have everything you want. And if you don't have it in that amount of time, which you're not going to, don't give up. Just keep going and just accept that it's just a slow process.
It's always going to be a slower process than what we think, because we're ingrained to get results faster, for people to sell stuff. And like for me now, this is a good example of this. It's like marathon or a sprint. It's like I'm dedicating myself a full year, 1 whole year, to add about maybe 3 kilos at a push of muscle mass, and that's it. It's not like, even if I shred down, my physique isn't going to look that much different. I'll be able to tell. I know I'll be able to tell. But some people will be like thinking, what, you put a full year into just that minute? And it's like, yes, because that's how long it's going to take us.
But yeah, it's the same with like strength and stuff. It's like, on about like squats. Have you done a 200 kilogram squat? Like it's like you've done a 195, but it's like, no, like I will do it, but it's to get that extra 5 kilogram might take 3 months, 6 months, a year. It's like, it's such a fucking tiny little, if you pick up a 5 kilogram plate, it's like, what, you're going to have to train for a year to lift that.
Yeah, exactly.
But once you get to a certain point, it's all relevant.
Yep.
The biggest mistakes you see people making in the gym?
In the gym itself?
Yes, with regards to training.
So regards to training, intensity. I think that's one of the biggest ones for me, intensity. I think people are getting a lot softer. I think their perception of like, okay, I've just done me 12 reps and that's all I needed to do. Yeah. It's like, no. Like if you have 12 reps, that 9, 10, 11, 12 should have been nigh on impossible. Yeah. Like your form should have went to shit on that last one. And that's when intensity, like I think people need to understand that intensity of like, it's that intensity period what's only going to get you better. And if you've been doing that and it's like, well, why can't I lift it the next, why can't I ever get past that? Where it's like, because you're just coasting along. Yeah. And then, I don't know about outside of us, but obviously a lot of the science-based lifters now were like the reps in reserve. And it's like, keep 3 reps in reserve, keep 3. And I get there'll be science behind it all, but I say you want to jump in there, Dan. I see it. I get that they can be like good. Like I understand like where they're coming from, but all of these people who have the best physiques in the world, they didn't leave reps in the tank. Yeah.
I think the distinction comes from what you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to build strength, then you don't want to be going to failure. If you're trying to build strength, then you need to be leaving reps in reserve. If you're trying to build muscle, the goal when you're trying to build muscle is obviously to tear the muscle so it can repair as a bigger, stronger muscle. And if you're not getting to the point, it's only, all the studies show, it's only those last couple of reps where you're like literally like grinding, where you are ripping the muscle. They're the ones that you get the most benefit out of. And if you're never getting to that point, then you're not going to grow because you're not going to create the damage in your muscles to do that. And I think that's where people do get confused sometimes, because they hear things, oh, you shouldn't be failing, you shouldn't, but they don't know the context behind it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can do different things, even though it's the same thing, with a different desired outcome. And yet, people don't necessarily realise that. They'll go one way or the other, so they'll try to get stronger by always failing, and they'll never get stronger, or they'll try to get bigger by leaving reps in the tank. And it's like the different things, you're trying to achieve different things by doing those.
Yeah, and one of the tricks is, because obviously we're like, see where I've covered like Joe for a few weeks or something like that, and we've been in like a bit of a 6 to 8 rep range. So it was just a little trick of mine, like to see where, because I am trying to build muscle for these people, the strength wasn't the goal, it was to build the muscle. So basically the first 2 sets get you 8, and then it was on the last set, I want max reps on that one. Yeah. And fucking people popping on 15 reps,
and,
it was like I fucking said,
like,
because I'll say, how was that? Yeah, it was okay, yeah, it was good. Second set, okay, get another 8. It's like, right, I want max reps. 15 reps, it's like, fucking, how long have you been on that weight?
People are terrible at judging intensity.
Yeah.
Like, because of inexperience. I mean, it comes with experience, definitely, and obviously that's our job as coaches, to recognise, like, whether the client is actually truly pushing themselves. And I mean, I think me and you are probably pretty good at it. Like, you can tell whether they've got a bit more, and like normally like, I can't do any more, and you'll put it up and they'll piss it anyway. And it's like, 'cause people don't realise what they can do. Again, that's the role coach players. I think the rep ranges is a big one. We always use a rep range, especially in our hypertrophy sets.
Yeah.
Most people who are going to the gym, they'll do say 3 sets of 10. But the problem with that is it's for the intensity. So if we do say 8 to 12, by week 4, we want you to be lifting a weight that you're literally like trying to get 8 reps and struggling. Whereas if you just did 3 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 10, you would get it. You're probably not going to be able to go up to the next weight and do 4 sets of 10. So you stay on that weight. So you just end up staying on the same weight, doing the same number of reps. And the rep ranges are great for getting that increase in intensity. And clients hate it because they think that, well, I did 12 reps last week, and this week I can't even do 8. I'm failing. And they think the higher number, unless they get the higher number, they're failing. They need to get 12 reps. It's nothing to do with that. It's the intensity, and you're going to get more intensity out of lifting 8 reps on a heavier weight than you would by pissing 12. But clients really struggle with that. They really think that the more reps, the better. They associate like getting 8 when it's 8 to 12 as a failure rather than as a win. But
failing in this game is winning.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, obviously, you can go too far. Like
course.
We're talking like form's good here. Like people aren't just fucking monging weights out. It's creating sensible intensity in strict parameters. It's not just like training like a fucking 16-year-old.
But when it comes back to like that, that's one of the biggest mistakes. I say the intensity side of things. So say we did do an 8 to 12 rep range. For when I coach, I don't give them the option. I say it's 12 reps because for some people, if you give them say it's 8 to 12 reps, they'll do 8 and stop.
Yeah.
And that's when the intensity isn't there. Yeah. So if I'm going in to cover, we'll just use Joe's clients again. If I'm going in to cover them, some of them might have just been getting 8 reps. So I've just gone 12, and we're going to say 8 to 12. It's like, no, it's fucking 12. And then they'll put, then there's straight away, there's that intensity ramped up in that session.
I think this is why I sort of struggle, because for me, you always want you always want them to go in their set with the expectation that they're going to get 12 and the intent to get 12, which we always do. But then when they get 8, they see that as a failure. It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not, and this is the thought they can't understand, but you wanted me to get 12.
Yeah.
And I only got 8, and they think I failed because I didn't do what was expected of us. No, like that's not what we're trying to do. And like, it's so hard to explain this to clients. And like, this is clients who are getting coached. So for people who are in a normal gym training by themselves, they're never going to fucking get their head around this.
If there was 4 sets in there and you got, say, week 1, 4 sets of 12, week 2, 4 sets of 12 again, week 3, obviously the weights went up.
Yeah.
But when week 3 you got 12, 9, 8, 8,
Yeah.
right? That's winning. That's
Oh,
where
no.
we want
we're,
them to be.
we're happy, but they're gutted. They think they're fucked up. They think they failed. And it's like, no, like this is literally what we've been trying to get.
Because that's the kind of intensity where you want it. And obviously the question is, what's the biggest thing I see in the gym? And it is intensity, and it's going in with like that ferociousness. And then no matter who it is, like I feel as though like if you've got that intensity there, like you're going to win.
Yeah. I think for me, I would say people avoiding the barbell exercises.
Right, okay.
Because like people avoiding big exercises, like most people I think weight train, but they've never been shown how to do a squat. They don't have the confidence to do it. A bench press, they don't have a spotter. Deadlift, they don't know how to do it. So they just end up going and doing the machines. So they think they're doing weight training, but they're missing out on the most effective exercises because they just don't have the confidence to do them. They haven't been coached in doing them. Mm-hmm. And yes, I know there's a lot of arguments of like, you don't need to do the big 3, and no, you don't. Nobody needs to do them, but they're fucking good to have in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very effective, and they're very, very efficient. And if you can learn to move your body efficiently through the main exercises and correctly and do them with great form, that will carry over into every other aspect of training, every other exercise that you do. And yeah, like if you don't already know how to do all your big free weight exercises, get a coach, even if it's just for an hour or 2 hours or a few sessions, to show you how to do those exercises. Because once you know how to do them properly, that's great. You can go and then do it by yourself.
Yeah, once you've been shown, that's
but
it.
like most people who do weights just go in, they'll do a leg press, they'll do a leg curl, they'll go on the machines, lat pull downs and stuff like that, and they'll never ever touch a dumbbell or a barbell.
This comes back to the confidence in the gym thing,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah. But it's
And yeah, I'd say that was probably a massive mistake that people make.
missing out on the fundamentals. The stuff what was around 50 years ago.
Oh dear. What's the impact of weight training besides the physical benefits of it?
Besides the physical benefits,
Yes.
that's the same. It comes back to confidence. Fucking God, confidence, better life, better. I think I rounded it up on that thing in 2 weeks ago's one where I fucking did the what's it, Encanto. But it, so much more than physical. It is so much more than physical, and you're just a better person. Like. They're all like, we can use our clients as an example. It's like, they're better people for it. Just that's, I'll cut that one as short as possible. You're just a fucking better person.
I think just being in shape just makes you confident as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the confidence it gives you from like just being in a better shape, just walking a bit taller, shoulders back. You just feel better about yourself, which goes into everything as well.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
One tiny one, Dan, go for it.
Tiny one?
Have you got any, or is that it?
The last thing I've got is just a call to action, really, which is
Call to action?
if you aren't already training, like I said, we've said only 1 in 17 people are currently lifting weights in the United Kingdom. What's your message to the 16 that aren't?
So if you go below this video, there's going to be a link to my Instagram and then Dan's Instagram. Dan gives daily tips on there. Have a look through it. And this is a pure call to action. Yeah, have a look through them. Mine, Dan's, our gyms, whatever else. And there's going to be no link below that, like to get in touch with us. Look through our Instagram, and if you're happy with that, then there's links in our bios from there. But have a good look through and see what it's all about. And if you are that such low number end, it's like we can help you get into the weightlifting from beginner, and that's what we like. We want you to get there, get in, get that confidence in the gym, learn the big lifts, show you what intensity actually gets you results so that you can live that longer, leaner, happy lifestyle, really.
Yeah, I think it's not many of our clients come, do the first 12 weeks and leave. Mm-hmm. But for this example, if you just said, right, for the next 12 weeks, it's October now, there's fuck all happening really till December. If you just said, right, I'm going to do 3 months where I'm not going to go on the drink. The money that you save by not going on the drink, you could afford a gym membership, something doing what we're doing. Give it a go for 3 months, learn how to lift weights properly, learn how to eat properly, and it'll change the rest of your life.